Hey, Steve Zonardi here at Treviso Realty. Happy Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. A lot of events happening out here in Southwest Florida. If you're around, it's amazing. So we had Fifth Ave. We had an amazing dinner out on Fifth Ave. They closed the road down. All the restaurants get to share the street with their restaurant. Basically grills 3 to 4 times. We have live music, the Christmas tree lighting, which is fantastic. A lot of vendors coming out, which is cool. Yes, on Saturday there was a lot of parades. There was one in Coconut Point. I wasn't able to make it. I was actually under the weather on Saturday. And then Sunday, we had a beautiful car show in Mercatos in North Naples, which is the festival of speed, of which I attend yearly. And there's some more events coming up during the week. During Christmas, like Southwest Florida, I know Christmas up north is great too, but down here, they really do a lot of stuff down here. There's even boat parades where they light up their boats and they have it floating out. There's one in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. So a lot of stuff going on. We're really happy to be down here, even though we are leaving in T-minus 12 days. We're going to be making that drive up north, which is fun and long, let's just say that. But let's talk about inventory right now. We're at 20,932 units, so up about 200 units since last week, which is nothing, to be honest, because we are going into the bird season, which is considered the spring market here in Florida. Sales have dramatically jumped up, and again, dramatically in numbers, it doesn't look like much. Let's just put a calculation to it. So if you look at last week, had 354 sales, and this week we had 475. Coming from a very large market, this doesn't sound like much, but let's put it into percentage terms because that makes the best. So it's like a 35% jump in sales, in solds rather, closings in the last 7 days, which is fantastic. So again, 475 versus 354 doesn't sound like much, but that's a 35% jump, which is insane. Sterile stayed very similar to last week's inventory, 811 units available and 24 sold, which is actually doubled. So that's 100% more sales in the last 7 days than last week, so which is awesome. Again, what we're finding the market did hit its low. We are climbing out of it. It's very slow, so it's not like everyone needs to jump off their couch just to automatically get out and down here and buy. You're going to have some opportunity. It's not going that fast like a northern market. But to be honest, if you're out of state, what I would suggest for you to do is fly down, book a call with us or book a time with us. We're going to show you the different communities. Even if you're not ready to buy now, you're ready to buy in like 3 to 6 months because either retirement or relocation, or you're selling your house and you're moving down here with your family, again, like a relocation. But you need to know which community you feel the best in. So it's probably good to do some due diligence prior. Come down, fly down. We'll show you around, give you some great points of interest to visit while you're down, so you kind of get a feel for the area, because that's what we like to do is because we love this community and we really feel deeply like in true love with it, to be honest. So we'll give you some good information. Again, it's not for everybody. Like there's an East Coast personnel, then there's a West Coast personnel. So both can't live in either sides, but I mean, we can visit on the East Coast, but they don't want to live here and we don't want to live there. So we're trying to get our West Coast people down here, and that's a lot of the Midwest, the Northeast, and also into Canada. The Ontario area is a huge portion of our business as well. Yeah, come down, book a call. We do a nice Zoom call. We kind of like basically pre-qualify different areas. We take a lot of notes down, make sure we get into specifics of what you need and what you want, get the pricing down, get you all set up with mortgages, insurance brokers, like everything's a whole very linear step. By the time you come down here, you're going to be ready to pull the trigger. But again, if you're not, at least you have everything lined up, and then when you're ready to pull the trigger, it's just basically snap of your fingers. Also, if you're coming in from out of country, same idea. Like ultimately come down, let's do a quick synopsis of the area, especially if you're an investor or you're relocating as well. Come feel the area, you're gonna love it down here. But why I'm talking about this as well is that we are out of the lull period and we're starting to climb. If you're starting to see the incentives get less and less with these builders going forward, and also for listings' sake. Listings are selling, again, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, which is like 2 days compared, like in up north would be like a 1 day sale. So that's what the frequency is here, because we were like at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months to sell a listing. And again, it's not all about price, it's just about positioning. And ultimately now we're starting to see these things flip off the market in 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, which is great as long as you're priced accordingly to the market. So with that all said, you should be planning to start buying now, because again, once this thing gets up, it's going to get up. For next year, I think NAR, National Association of Realtors, predicted 14% lift in the overall market. Again, I don't really follow NAR or our system up north, to be honest, because it's obviously they're trying to like generate sales and keep their business going and the whole thing like that. But I know out here in Florida for sure there's a big impact of Northeast, like New Yorkers coming in here big time. I was at the gym this morning and there was, like 10-to-1 ratio. So it's like they're all moving down here, which is awesome. They're great people. I have a lot of friends from New York as well. So with that said, it's a lot of pressure on the market. Inventory is starting to drop out, and you're going to start seeing incentives starting to decrease and prices going up. Also, as the rates keep going down, because we know what the Trump administration has planned for next year regarding the new finance. The chair, Fed chair rather, like Jerome Powell and his replacement, and they're going to go really aggressive on interest rates because they want to build a robust economy. And what's better than a robust economy when you have like real estate sales happening, and that's the goal. But let's have a look at this. These just came out a few days ago, so this is basically a month over month review on the market here in Southwest Florida. So I picked out the traditional areas. It kind of gives me a point. We don't want to work one area. Like obviously we're working from Marco Island all the way past into Punta Gorda, and then a lot of stuff will refer out when we get to Sarasota and stuff. Just it's too far of a drive. Also, we don't want to put people in a position by making a decision for them to buy something and it's not a good property. So we don't put commission checks ahead of people's needs and wants, and obviously security of the property. So we make sure that we're able to, whatever we sell is something I can touch here on the Southwest side. But so the regular areas, so Bonita Estero, Naples Park, Cape Coral, and Fort Myers. These are areas that we like to work and sell in. So we want to just, we'll highlight these. So let's look at sales prices. So we look at sales prices. Again, these percentage points on the, let's get out of condos, to be honest, because that's a whole different market. So this up and down squiggly with the Naples Park, just remember there's not a lot of sales in there. So you're going to have this like an 80s amplifier equalizer going up and down, so it's going to be a lot more aggressive, but don't get shocked by that. It's just because there's a $2 million house and then there's like a $700,000 house, and so that's why you're seeing this big drop off. So sales price, if you look at November of last year to November of this year, look at the difference. Bonita Estero actually down 7.7%, so let's see where November was last year. 685,000. And we are at 632 right now, so that's a down since last year of this time. Okay, fair enough. Naples Park up 20%, Fort Myers down 14.7%, and then Cape Coral's down 1.5%. But if you kind of look at the lift here, you start to see a trend happening. So new sales price, if you kind of look at Naples Park, 666. Actually, there is a drop off, so it is what it is. Again, we're going into the Snowbird season, but we are down. If you look at these numbers here, new listings. So we are down 15%. Estero Bonita, Naples Park down 16%, Cape Coral down 30%, and Fort Myers down 18% compared to last November. So this is good, obviously, Economics 101, where we're going to start seeing less inventory and prices starting to go up. That's number one concept there. So again, we were down on sales as well. Homes for sales. Sorry, this is another homes that are currently on the market, down 6% in Bonita Estero, Bonita Park, Naples Park 25%, 17% in Cape, and 4% in Fort Myers. So less inventory for sure. Then we get into pending sales. So look at this, so up 17% since last November in Bonita Estero, 120% more pending sales in Naples Park. Again, that's just 11 sales, right? But ultimately it's 120%. It may have been just one last year. Cape Coral up 30% in sales since last November. This is all good news because we have an investment property we want to flip there coming in the new year. Fort Myers up 32%. Closed sales. Look at that, 45% up since last year. So 45% more closed sales in Bonita Estero, 33% in Naples Park, Cape Coral 14%, and Fort Myers up. Again, this is a long one, but this kind of gives you an idea. So days on market, this is nuts. I don't know what happened here. 202 days. It may have been just one sale, right? That happened that kind of offset it all. But if you look at days on market since last year, we are more positive. This doesn't make sense, but 16%. So it's taking longer to sell a house, 27%, and Fort Myers actually dropped 31% days on market, which is great. So let's just say last year Bonita's maybe 45 days or 50 days, and now you're like at 56. But again, we're seeing inventory drop off a lot further. Again, look at the month's supply of inventory. This is all down, which is great news. Dollar value, like, so everything is going up in the right direction. Let's just say that. So as we continue to, the market continues to change and go in the upward trend, you're going to see again prices starting to increase. Even though we had sales price, this has been down, right? But ultimately, based on all the inventory, months of supply of inventory, days on market, closed sales, pending sales, everything is more with pending sales, closed sales, and days on market. Again, little increase, but that's fine. And then months supply of inventory is all down. So all that is going to favor for increase in pricing. But that's just a quick synopsis of our market right now. Have a great day, guys. If you have any questions, you are looking to come out and buy properties here in Southwest Florida, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. Ciao.